Shit!
Oh, the troll on the bridge is going to kill me. I don't deserve to die for what I did, eating the troll's tin cans. Won't you help me? I'll always remember you guys in my prayers, I promise.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Shrek 2. We are helping out our weird little disturbing goat friend again, whose whole, just his voice, his look, his whole deal, just really, turns me off, you know? Anyway, yeah, edit there because I've fucked this part up a million times. I still don't really get how this goat is supposed to work. Someone commented on the previous video that they think it was a glitch last time, how the goat just kind of disappeared and they're supposed to open up the gate for you. And basically the same thing happened after this little part. Even after this, my successful attempt of getting him across all of this bullshit. I don't know, man. Sometimes games just decide to not be correct for me, and I just have to deal with it. And you know what? I think we'll be okay. But anyway, yeah, here we are in the spooky forest, going to Jack and Jill's farm. A thing that, as you can probably imagine, has absolutely no place in the Shrek 2 movie. I think we can all forgive a little bit of padding when it comes to games based on movies. I guess it worked that time, because it did the little flash and the goat got to where he's supposed to be, I think. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is here. So, anyway, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I'm backtracking to make sure that the goat won't, like, be there. Or no, I'm getting this thing. Yeah, because we need the gear. Forgot all about that. The Shrek gear, because only Shrek knows how to pick things up. I guess everybody else is just too small. But, whatever. So, I hope everybody's having a good day. It is what's today? Thursday afternoon when I'm recording this. Kind of early in the day. I got out of work very early today, which was nice, and I had some time to pick up a tasty treat for lunch and also watch a movie. I watched a wuxia movie by King Hu, who I've watched a few of his films lately. I just blew myself the fuck up. Easier thing to do with these is to punch them away rather than throw them, except throwing them can help a little bit because you can time it better. If you pick it up and throw it, it's very easy for him to just swat it back to you in time, and it's hard to, get it away from yourself. So that's basically what this little troll mini-boss is. I don't know how that little goat fucker got captured again. He was behind me, but, then I guess the troll got him. I would have let him kill him, honestly. As long as he can let me through, I don't care. But I guess those were not options. I guess if I want to go forward, I have to save the goatie and kill the troll. Yeah. Hi. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about here. This is just kind of playing tennis with a troll. Speaking of tennis, now that I have a capture card working, would people be interested in a Wii Sports video? either just with me or with Liv. It would probably just be a one-off video, maybe, you know, a little taste of all of them, of all the sports that are on there. But that's just like kind of an extension of the Wii at the time. I mean, for a while that was the only, that and Wii Play were the only Wii games we had right when we got it. And other than that, it was just fucking with the stuff that came with the Wii. Like, I don't know if... Was Virtual Console a thing right when the Wii launched? Because I somewhat remember getting a lot of VC games before we bought a lot of physical games for it. Because it was mostly my brother who bought a lot of the Wii games. But it was mostly the year... It was later on after we got it. He got, like, Twilight Princess and Galaxy and stuff.
An act of death-defying danger? Wet, narrow ledges that could lead to a horribly gruesome death? This sounds like a job for a true swashbuckling hero. Puss in Boots, come on down. You're the next contestant on Hero Time. Hero Time.
Hero Time! I love that. I'll never get tired of that. Anyway, here's Pussy's Hero Time. I just got my fucking pussy knocked in the water immediately. Not very good at this. But yeah. It took me a little while to figure out that the mirror is the one reading the storybook in between levels. He explicitly mentions being a mirror at one point, and that's when I realized, because before that I just thought it was a weird voice. I'm not a huge fan of the storybook stuff between the levels. Luckily, they keep it pretty short, and I mean, the only reason I don't... Oh, that was excellent. The only reason that I don't cut it out is because of the LP. Like, I usually will skip it. Or, you know, not cut it out, skip it, you know what I mean. I don't know, I just don't think it's that funny. Wow, I'm really fucking sucking. I forgot how many times I died during this. I recorded this like over a week ago, so I don't really remember, but the second half of the video after this, I recorded more recently, so I should have more of a memory of it. My extremely short memory should be able to accommodate something that I did less than, 3 days ago. Got the magic money egg. We love those. But yeah, I just don't think the storybook bits are all that funny. I think the voice is kind of annoying. But the Hero Time stuff is funny, not just when he says Hero Time, but I like how the little, like, gear-ups to them get more, like, ridiculous as they go, of him being like, did somebody say an obstacle? A fucking event? Oh, boy howdy, do I have a fucking video game level for you, character. Step on up. And they keep saying contestant on Hero Time, which is funny, that it's, I don't know, like, I know that the bit with the mirror in the movies is that he's like the game show host type deal. But it's just funny, you know? These things, on the other hand, are not that funny to me.
Despite Jack's broken crown and a possible skull fracture, he and Jill realized organic farming could make them a lot of gold. And they were right. Because really, who doesn't like a nice, juicy, all-natural salad the size of a dragon? A really fat dragon. I mean, seriously, look at those carrots. That's a big salad.
Yeah, it's like mostly just stuff like that, which I don't find that humorous. Anyway, we are now, if we weren't already, firmly in territory of this game that I have never seen before. If I hadn't mentioned that already. This is the Jack and Jill's farm level. We are also not going to finish it in this video because the levels are getting a little bit longer and a little bit harder. Penis joke. So yeah, but there's carrots that you can smush, there's big fat cows that you have to punch, which makes me feel very bad. I don't like punching this cow that was just minding its business, but yeah, you have to punch it to get up, and you need to punch it to move, and this one's right near where it needs to be, but later on we're gonna have to punch it a few more times to get it to move more, and to do the big kick thing, and the like wind-up animation for the kick is insane. I mean, you saw it. It's just like amazingly over the top. I love it. So, because this level isn't all that interesting, we're going to be meeting up with the 3 little piggies. Or I don't know how many little piggies are supposed to be. I think there's only 3, but they seem to just kind of like be interchangeable in this game and all be in different places at the same time, so sometimes it makes me think that there's like 6 little piggies, or I don't know if they have like doppelgangers or whatever, but anyway, they're gonna have a bunch of like farm themed tasks for us to do, vaguely farm themed. This is actually a pretty easy level as far as they go. I know that like I said, the levels I can already see an uptick in difficulty. I've also looked ahead a little bit toward the end of the game at a long play of this game to see what kind of stuff I'm in for. I just love that kicking animation, it's so funny. And yeah, but compared to those, this is not quite as hard. It's kind of, in terms of there's not all that many enemies to deal with, and the little mini-game things you have to do are all pretty straightforward and pretty forgiving. And these, like, platforming sections are not confusingly set up or whatever. Because in the last level, it was like, I don't know, there were some parts where I wasn't entirely sure at first what I needed to do. I think maybe just the goat threw me off. The goat fucked up my whole vibe. As sometimes happens. But anyway, yeah, like I said, don't have a whole bunch to talk about. Except for I think it's funny that you lure away the bees with cookies. I never really considered cookies as a thing that bees like. And yeah, these pigs look insane and a little bit unnerving.
With some chores?
Only if one of those chores includes delivering the package to Fairy Godmother's house.
You've got a deal. Just walk.
Also, that voice actor sounds nothing like Shrek. RIP. So anyway, I wanted to just mention, this is apropos of nothing, completely out of nowhere. You guys should all know the drill about that kind of thing by now. I've recently had several bouts of doing a thing that I do all the time, and I'm sure most people do, where I think about things that I said or did or posted, even as early as maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, but mostly just like as a kid, as a younger boy, that are embarrassing to me now. And I hate that I keep thinking about it because, like, I am at least consciously, like, at peace with those times and those parts of myself, Like, I know that, for one thing, almost no one who, witnessed them, like, probably cared all that much at the time. Like, not a whole lot of it is stuff that, like, at the time I was embarrassed by very much. Or that anybody really, like, took much notice of. But that just, in retrospect, I find to be relatively cringe. It's always bad. I think the process of growing up, especially out of adolescence into early adulthood, seems to just be the process of realizing how cringe you are and managing the levels of cringe. and I'm not gonna list them because they're embarrassing. Why would I want to fucking talk about them? But it's mostly just like interactions I had at school that were, you know, and it's not like all of them were like huge public humiliations or anything. I really didn't have too much stuff like that growing up. But again, it was just, you know, little, conversations, interactions, whatever, that I just remember to this day that probably the person on the other side of it does not think about at all. And I wish I could get them out of my brain, because it's just kind of like an unnecessary thing to stress about, like to like have my mind be worried about. I guess I'm not like actively worried about it. I'm not like, oh, people are gonna find out that I posted cringe, or that I said cringe in real life. Because I don't think anybody really cares. Because again, everybody has stuff like that I mean, if you weren't cringe in middle school or high school, then you're probably cringe now, because that means you probably peaked in high school, or you've just been insanely cool all your life. But those are very rare cases. Not many people are blessed to be really cool the whole time. And I don't know if I'm cool now. I don't really think I am. I think there was a time where I did think I was really cool. That's actually where my original screen name, Tim Stars, came from. Some people think... I feel like a lot of people know this by now, but some people think that it was Stars, because it was a Z, that it was like a reference to the channel, but I didn't know about that when I made up that screen name, and I don't even know if it existed. I'm sure it did, but I certainly didn't know about it, because I was like 6 when I made that screen name up. But it was because when I was 6 years old, I thought I was awesome, and Stars with a Z just seemed like a cool internet way of expressing that I thought that I was the fucking cat's pajamas, and that scourge, not the word I was looking for, but whatever. I've carried that with me for a long time, which is why I eventually retired it. Although many people still know me, who like watch my stuff, still know me by that screen name and sometimes refer to me that way. And I don't mind it as far as referring to my old screen name, but I do sometimes mind it as far as I don't like the username. You know, I stopped using it for a reason. I didn't like seeing it or hearing it because it would remind me of how fucking cringe I was when I was a kid. The last time that I thought I was cool, which was basically then, was when I was like a small child. Because I did think I was cool. I thought like... I thought like I had a lot of friends, and I thought that I was a good writer and a good drawer. I wasn't really either of those things. But, you know, I thought I was pretty cool. And then in like middle school into high school, I learned that I was lame, and I just kind of dealt with it. And then in college, I was like, well, yeah, I'm lame, but I'm cool because of how little I care that I'm lame. And now I don't really know. Now I don't really know if I have an opinion of myself. I kind of oscillate back and forth between thinking like, yeah, I think I'm pretty... I don't think I'm, like, awesome, but I think I'm alright. To being like, I'm a fucking idiot, and I have stupid opinions, and I'm bad at most things. I mean, I am bad at most things. I'm really not good at that much stuff. I don't have that many skills or talents, and I'm a little bit lazy. I don't really enjoy working. My dream job would be to, like, get paid to, like, just do things that I like. Because nothing that I really like doing is productive in the traditional sense. But whatever. But hey, speaking of embarrassing things, I got a couple quick anecdotes. One I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to say both of them. Oh man, I wasted so much fucking time in this video saying nothing. I hate when I do that. Alright, well I have the more funny story I'll have to save for next time, I suppose. But, the one thing I'll say is, one of my older sisters, I have a vivid memory from childhood, from when I was home alone with her. She was babysitting me, and she called my mom while she was at work to complain that her pee was hot. And whenever I bring this up, my sister fervently denies that this happened. But I am going to continue, because, like, why would I just have this why would I make this up? I didn't just pull this out of my ass. Like, I remember it happening. So I continue to believe this as fact and continue to propagate it as fact, mostly because my sister, being older and, got cool before me, has owned me numerous times before as a child, on many occasions, so I just feel like I deserve this one thing.